Here in parts of you. 5, 4. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here. It is 11:22:12. The world has not ended, so we are running the Infinity B Team Open that we hold every Saturday night, 6 p.m. PST. And as long as the world continues spinning, we will keep playing. Woo! This is the finals on this lovely night. We've had a bunch of interesting games, including this man, Nooby, our pink Zergy, in the top right of GSL Whirlwind, and in the bottom right, Mr. eXcaLibEr himself, our red Protoss, who has had some interesting games as I've followed him up the ladder, up the tournament bracket, I guess I should say. This is a PVZ, as you can tell, on GSL Whirlwind. It is not forced cross because it really doesn't matter. Everything is the same frickin' rush distance. I am joined by the man of the hour who got to cast one of the best games of the night, Mr. Morse. And apparently, eXcaLibEr forgot to go to the bathroom.
Hey, I like that excuse a lot better than the pizza dude's at my door.
Yeah, that's more acceptable. It's like we spammed him to get him back to the gameplay, and he's like, "Oh crap, I have to crap." That's alright. While we're in the middle of this, we can point everybody towards infgaming.net. If you're on YouTube, if you are on the stream, whatever it happens to be, open up another window, open up infgaming.net, say hi, tell them Goose sent you, tell them Morse sent you. Come talk to us personally. Looks like they're going to start. 3, 2, 1. Players go. Game resumed.
I'll be right back myself. Sorry.
No big deal. Morse is going to go ahead and step away, but that's alright. Since he's not listening and he doesn't know about this, go online, spam the crap out of him, post a million things in the forums, bad things about him, tell him he's mean, tell him he sucks, tell him he's the worst Terran player you've ever come across. I don't really care. You guys can check out all the streams and links and info underneath my mouse right here on the overlay, all that beautiful stuff, all the information that you could ever need. And our Protoss buddy has scouted the Zergy. Most luckily, I should say. I think that has gone both ways, if I'm not mistaken. No! Our Zerg buddy does not know where his Protoss opponent is. He merely knows that he is Protoss indeed. Nooby's going to go ahead and drop that spawning pool. eXcaLibEr's going to patrol on that hatch spot, just to be annoying, because annoying is fun. Pylon in the wall. As I said before, I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but yeah, you know, stuff happens. Stuff happens. There are some maps when this is required, and that's generally when the ramp is huge. I still try to avoid the crap out of it because I hates it. Here comes the drone to try to expand and forces eXcaLibEr out there and expands immediately. Very nice. Set up a little path around that hatchery to make sure that it is real. He indeed does know that it is a real hatchery and not just a pretend hatchery. Looking for some gas timings. Getting some more of that scouting information. eXcaLibEr's got his Nexus down, starting that second pylon. Interesting placement there. Is that walled off? I think that's a gap. I think. Anybody? Gap? No? I don't know. Man, there should be a day 9 daily where you're forced to play at this angle. You have to tape this key down and play StarCraft like this. Would that not be ridiculous? How nuts would that make you? Oh. So, this is game 1 of the finals. It is a best of 3. It has been a long night due to a few good games. Early TVT that went for quite some time. And that last PVZ that lasted 40 minutes. Oh my god, 40 minutes. 40 minutes. It was epic. Absolutely epic. Nooby's going to go ahead and scout at the probes. Try and take down a few things here and there. Mr. Morris has rejoined us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What'd I miss?
You have missed virtually nothing. I was just telling everyone where to go, come to the forums, and post bad things about you behind your back.
Okay. I'm admin. I'll just delete them.
Hey!
Hey!
And I hear cannons are pretty good against Zerglings. That means that Nooby does know where his opponent is now, although he was following this probe back. Whoa! What was that?
Yeah,
That was a glitchy something.
weird.
He like patrolled to himself or something? I don't know. That was odd. Odd. You saw it here first. Maybe we gotta go ahead and take his third rather quickly. Feeling safe to do so.
Been doing this. He was doing this a lot. You know.
Probe transfer to the main, or the natural. Looks like eXcaLibEr accidentally grabbed a few of his probes mining gas, deciding that he did not need them. Starting that +1. No further tech other than gateway. Just got that +1 on the way. Most Protosses have either expanded by this point, or there it is, a Robo, possibly a Stargate. Stargate's coming back. If you're playing Heart of the Swarm, Stargate Oracles are pretty good. Pretty good. Not great. Just kind of okay.
Once you get some units under them, they're done.
But if
They're not very strong. They have a pretty powerful attack, but they cannot tank damage.
as you can tell, it's getting late.
Dawns are contagious.
Yes, they are. Very contagious.
I read a theory that it's really just social conditioning.
You think it's social conditioning?
Yeah, that yawns really aren't contagious. They are, so we accept it.
Interesting thoughts.
Deep man.
Ideas with Morse. Check him out on his stream. CR Morse. Twitch.tv/CR Morse. He will show you what not to do on Heart of the Swarm, what not to do in Wings of Liberty, and teach you life lessons like a boss.
Speaking of other streams, tonight was Infinity Gaming's first League of Legends tournament that we have ran and organized for our partners at Z3. Once we're done here, I encourage you to go ahead and move over to twitch.tv/exogenesis. Genesis is no longer a member of Exo Gaming. He is our chief administrator for League of Legends. And him and Yellow, very late for our British buddy Yellow, the two of them are cast. I don't know if you like League of Legends. I don't, but kind of got to promote my homie Jen.
I just realized a second ago while you were talking that eXcaLibEr has two humongous holes in his wall.
Oh yeah.
One's out in one, but there is a gap in the other. And yeah, I wasn't sure about his second pylon placement when he initially placed it, but yes, there is a hole on both sides of that pylon. Not the most ideal way to defend thyself.
6 centuries, though, I don't think it's something he's going to have to worry about.
Yeah, definitely not. Force fields are pretty good.
That Ling did see that probe that was sent out for eXcaLibEr. It looks like it's going to do mining, drop a well time. If you look at his money, pretty well timed next. Impressed with that. Is he?
He missed it by a little bit, but he had the right idea.
Had it, and I think he built something. Built something at home.
Yeah, I went back to macro a little bit and missed that Nexus placement, but not a big deal.
Warp gate is done. +1 attack is the +2 attack is done. For the Protoss.
Really? Oh,
no,
dang.
+1. No.
+2 is on the way. +1 is he's 1/1, double forging, getting that blink.
Oh, I didn't even see the forge. You told me I didn't miss anything, Goose.
I'm sorry! Alright, he's getting all kinds of cool tech. That's what you missed. All kinds of cool tech. Oh, dad tech! Lots of roaches out for Nooby. He's He's getting himself defended. Spine crawlers, spore crawlers, worried about them DTs. And flying some observers in. Observers. That's not an observer. Some overseers. He's gonna get to spot a decent amount of this. Let's see what he saw. He saw the Robotech. Saw the extra forge. He knows about everything he needs to know about. That's probably a good way to put it. Now, if you guys didn't take my advice last week, and I guess Nooby and eXcaLibEr were not watching, the best way to play this map is to expand frickin' everywhere. Like a jerk. Like, don't put them next. Don't do this. Don't do what Nooby just did. Don't put your fourth where your fourth is supposed to be. You put your fourth on the other side of the map. And then hide another one in the other corner. And then take an expansion somewhere else.
Where the fourth's supposed to be, I would have expanded here.
To the other one?
Where the queen is dropping. We are going to see a push. Bunch of roaches coming up. Overseer to protect it. It is going to chomp this down. Nexus pretty quick.
He's going to end up having to focus down these stalkers, though. And with the guardian shield and the sentries, here force fields are pretty good. He's going to get that, though.
Really good.
Very nice. Does get the nexus.
Nice.
Not necessarily a good trade.
Whiffs on the first two force fields. The rest of them clean them up, and a burrow.
And I hear burrow's cool. Yeah, the fourth placement is one thing or the other. I think the putting the one at the top side is more of a defensive fourth, and I like that. Oh, he's smoking a sentry or two. Gotta go ahead and probably re-burrow after that. Oh, that hurts. Gets all the sentries.
Trying to focus down the immortal.
And
Burrow,
just re-burrows. What a jerk.
And that placement's just great. It's going to keep him from being able to expand.
What a jerk.
Let's not have tunneling claws yet. Yep, no tunneling claws.
On the way, though. About half done. Corruptors are coming out. I personally do not, on this map, tend to expand towards my opponent. I tend to expand away from my opponent. Like, in these current positions as the Protoss player, I would take the space on the bottom and work my way towards this corner.
I don't know if you kind of goose, but eXcaLibEr did try to use that warp prism to warp in some zealots up in the main.
I didn't see in the main. I saw the one where he dropped it at the fort down here, and he was getting outside of his base. But, no, it's sneaky. Warp prism is great. Harassment is great. But I have a feeling with these corruptors out on the map, Warp Prism Harass is going to be increasingly difficult. Although they're not the fastest, it looks like he heard me and he's running over there to deal with it right now. he's up, and then there he goes, he spots it. He just A-clicked over there and hoped that they would find it, and luckily he did. Warp Prisms are pretty quick though, so I don't think these corruptors are going to be able to catch it. Oh, and he cuts back! He cuts back! Why? Why? And these other corruptors go to cut it off. Taking some pot shots themselves. Down to 67 live.
It stops!
No!
It stops!
No! No! It's like the great chase. Oh, he's gonna spot the fourth, and we have a big push of roaches right at the front of the base.
Wow.
Smoke down that. War Prism's still doing the runaround over there. And he's walking in, going for that cyber core like a lot of good Zergies do.
Oh no!
Probes are going to escape. How many of you built a second cyber core? Because not a lot of you. I'll tell you what, we'll be doing that a lot in the Heart of the Swarm, I'll say that. Cyber core is good. Air upgrade's good.
Sniping all the tech.
I'm for that. I agree with that. Very smart. Oh, gonna get the Robo facility as well. Or the Robo Bay, I'm sorry. I don't even know the names of my own buildings. That's how good of a boss toss I am. That Warp Prism got away though. Sneaky, sneaky.
Wah, wah.
Sneaky, sneaky. Took down that forge.
Too, to just move right over and drop some zealots.
More corruptors on the way. We're going to see that Broodlord army.
Hey, Lords.
No
Terran.
No Greater Spire yet, though. Just wants to keep the Colossi countdown, which is very understandable. Got himself a bit of a creep highway going on. And we're at a stagnant point here. Although nooby is 200. Observer is going to slow down some of that creep spread. And this is why you don't take that fourth right there. I just feel like that you don't want to be engaging this army directly. And when you're that close and you have to be parked there to defend your base, it can be beneficial to somebody like Protoss. But for the Zerg, you want to be far away so you can do those quick around tactics. And there is a Zealot drop in the main base over there, or the fourth base. Nice force fields, but these Colossi are going to go down pretty quickly. He's going to lose that hatchery at the top there, but is going to keep the Colossi count down. Roach is doing a decent amount of damage. They are 2-2, whereas our Protoss is 3-2. Contaminate going down on a lot of those, and tons of Corruptors going to be left. All the Roaches do get picked off, except for the one Hero Roach with no kills and only 5 alive. Zealot's moving right on into the next base like it's nobody's business.
We've got a probe cleaning up creep. The worker's doing some work.
I hear him poking. Oh, very nice. That is probably the most epic thing I've seen in a long time. Probe's like, no, you will not get into my base. No creep for you.
That hero Roach ran all the way back to a queen and got transfused and then rejoined the army.
That's pretty. That's like, thank you for your service.
Attention to detail and a half.
Thank you for your service, sir. Roach is moving on into the fourth base again. Well, I guess it's third base of eXcaLibEr.
Meanwhile, I don't know how we missed this. A drop takes out the main of the Protoss.
What?
Yup.
How did he get in there? Oh man, we're terrible.
They just did some work.
Worst casters ever.
Meanwhile, tons of probes going down at third. These Roaches are going to clean up all these Stalkers, no problem. Blinks out.
How did we miss that? Oh my god.
Guardian Shield does go down. This is a pretty tight battle for this third of the Protoss. That Burrow Micro is really helping nooby.
Not a lot of mining going on in the third, though. A lot of stuff's going down on the fourth. He's got way more better saturation on over there. More Roaches
is maxed.
Join in, and nooby's gonna walk right back into the base, trying to smoke himself some Stalkers. Not the best blink micro, but he is gonna get away with some of those. Rejoined by some more. Blinking offensively, and the Concave's going to go to nooby. Blink Stalker micro or not.
Oh, moves right past those force fields. Nicely done.
The upgrades are there for eXcaLibEr, though. Just losing a lot of key units, losing a lot of engagements. Burrow micro is really good, and eXcaLibEr's going to go ahead and GG. This is a good start to the finals.
Best of 3. Definitely a good start. An exciting game. I think I have a new favorite matchup, man. PVZ. Wow.
PVZ's fun, man.
Wow.